60% of adults claim that they don't have enough time, and 80% wish they had more time. That is, 8 out of every 10 people don't have enough time. Not enough time for friends and family, to cook healthy meals, or exercise and work towards their goals. This is a terrible statistic to look at, because time is the most important resource that we all have in this world, and yet most of the people are struggling with it. See, time is an abstract thing, and there are hundreds, if not thousands of things that influence our perception of time. And even if you use every possible strategy to become more efficient and productive, you will still not have enough time. Until you change your perspective. So let's take a really close look to discover how you can once and forever win this battle against fighting with time. From the first glance, the concept of time might seem a simple thing. It's moving forward at an even pace and it's easily measurable. But while time itself seems consistent, there are countless things that heavily influence it. But despite obstacles in our life, we work towards our goals. The bigger the goal, the more time it will take to achieve it. But of course, we don't have only one goal, because that would be conservative. So we have 3, 4, or even 5 things that we are trying to do. And every new thing slows down the progress to the point where we don't feel any progress at all. Progress is an interesting thing as it keeps the momentum going. It's an ongoing feedback loop that gives us motivation and energy. From this standpoint, the solution seems to be simple. Just focus on fewer goals, ideally 1, and the problem will be solved. But if it was so easy, then everyone will be doing it. Unfortunately, we are up against the enemy that will outsmart us 9 times out of 10. It's the enemy that knows more about you than you yourself. It's your brain. As humans, we are prone to biases that affect our decision making and how we're dealing with our time. One such bias is called planning fallacy, and it's a type of cognitive bias in which we fail to accurately predict how much time we need to complete a task. The truth is that it always takes more time. How often have you said to yourself, "This will take me 15 minutes," just to find yourself 1 hour later still trying to finish the same task and feeling disappointed? This leads to expanding schedules that are impossible to complete. Because if one activity that was planned to be completed in 30 minutes took an hour, and another one that was planned to be completed in 1 hour took 2, then you can see how the rest of the schedule is affected as well. And of course, I forgot to add 2 new tasks that weren't on your plan, but you still have to do them. This is the schedule that will most likely remain uncompleted. Did you know that every activity that you perform is recorded? Every day, every hour, every minute, and every second. You might not know that nor be aware of that, but it's a fact. This is important if you want to be in control of your time. This is Jack, and tomorrow he will be flying to meet one of his friends. He wakes up at 4 a.m., takes a shower, and gets ready. Jack has a 20-minute walk until the bus stop, and then he rides to the airport. While waiting to be boarded, he checks out some social media. On the plane, he watches the movie to make the time go faster. Upon arrival, he catches the train to the city where his friend will be greeting him. Now, for most people, this will look like a normal day of travel. But Jack's neighbor Michael is also going to the exact same city, and while his route is exactly the same, his day, he wakes up at 4 a.m., takes a shower, and gets ready. Michael is listening to an audiobook on his way to the bus station. On the bus, he checks and replies to his emails. In the airport, Michael plugs in his laptop and does some work. On the plane, he watches the online course to learn some new skills. And finally, when he's on the train, he listens to some more audiobooks. Now, if we put these 2 schedules side by side, we can see which person is really using their time. We can see that Jack only managed to get from point A to point B, while Michael got in some work and educated himself. These are the things that will make a difference in your life, the difference between success or failure. I have a simple rule in my life. If I'm in the queue, then I'll pull out my phone and send 1 email or reply to some of my YouTube comments. The truth is that it's easy to get stuck in daily routine activities without realizing the value of time. You got to use the time instead of letting it pass by, because if you do, At some point in your life, you will realize that you don't have enough time to do everything that you have to and want to do. You have to sleep and work, but you also want to spend time with your family, stay healthy, and work on your personal business. But you only have 24 hours a day. No matter how you try to mix and match these commitments, you will not be able to fit them all in, and you will think that the only option is to give something up. But this is only because you see time in a limited view, but actually there's plenty of it. Once you can see the bigger picture, you will be able to care about things in your life. And don't be afraid to be flexible. Be grateful for little things in your life. If you have 30 minutes to work on your project, then that is great because every minute counts and makes the difference. If you are like most people, you have too many goals that you are working towards. You have most likely underestimated the time needed to achieve them, and there will be unexpected things happening. As a result, you don't have enough time. And do you really think that a new productivity tip or strategy will help you to fix your situation? Absolutely no. What you need is perspective change. There is enough time to do it all, but you have to play it smart. And look, it's not rocket science. Nothing that I shared in this video is new, and you probably already knew these things. It's about doing things that you already know. Here is what you have to do in order to get your life back and never again say that you don't have enough time. You have to utilize the time that you have, instead of simply performing your daily activities, and the best way to achieve that is by simply planning. You have to focus your time towards one main goal that you want to accomplish to experience progress and build momentum. You have to expect the unexpected, because things are never going to go according to plan, and the best way to protect yourself is to have a buffer time in your plan. You have to look ahead instead of worrying that you don't have enough time. Also, be flexible and make adjustments when needed. If you do this, then you will always have time for friends and family, cook healthy meals, exercise, and work towards your goals. In the end, it's always about the perspective and how you see things. You can sit on the sofa and watch TV for hours, or you can actually use that time and work on something useful. We all have 24 hours a day, so make sure that you use them wisely.